Hey, family, thanks for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and if this is your first time checking out one of my broadcasts, a little bit about me and my channel. I'm 39 years old. I'm married. We have 4 children together, and I have been overweight my whole life. I created this challenge and this channel as a way to keep myself accountable and to finally get to a healthy weight. When I started this challenge, I had set kind of 2 main goals. And the first of those goals was that I knew I needed to focus on this for a longer period of time than I'd ever really focused on my health or well being before. Regardless of what diet choices I make, regardless of the exercise I do, I needed to make sure that this was my focus for longer than I had ever done it before. So that's why I challenged myself to do this for 3 years. I figured that in that time, I'd be able to get the weight off that I want to get off, get to a healthy weight, and find a way to maintain that healthy weight, which has always been a struggle for me, is trying to maintain any type of weight. The other big part of this challenge is that I do have a lot of weight to lose. I started at 519.8 pounds when I started at the beginning of this, and I challenged myself to lose 300 pounds. In the past, I've set goals to lose 50 pounds, lose 100, get under 300 pounds, and those are great goals. And a lot of times I would reach them, I'd achieve them, but I wouldn't really ever figure out what to actually do. I was and when I would get to those goals, I was still really overweight. I was still very obese. So it was my goal this time to get down to what would be considered no longer obese, but to be like an actual healthy weight for an adult. Today is weigh in Wednesday, so I am going to hop up on the scale here for a second or in a second. If anybody has any questions or comments they want to ask, please let me know. If you do enjoy the content, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. It really helps out. Also, click on the bell icon so that you'll get alerted when I go live. Like this video, and we will get into the weigh in here real quick. So not looking forward to it, but we've been through this before. So, so yes, 327.4. That is a 2.6 pound weight gain since last week, which really it does suck. I knew that I was going to probably, in hindsight, had we not had our anniversary dinner, maybe that's where there was 2.5 pounds. If I would have eaten, not had the pizza and the ice cream, but I don't regret it at all. I really enjoyed it. We had a great time. And so it was the choice we made. But uh, I'm looking at it also from the perspective of what my goal is this year. It does suck to have a 2.5 pound gain, but I also had a 5 pound weight loss. Like, to have a 5 pound weight loss in a week while I've already been losing weight. It's not like I am uh just starting off and just getting that initial weight off. So starting off the year, I weighed 332 pounds. So to get to the end of the year at my goal weight, which is about 220 pounds. I need to lose a little over 9 pounds a month. And so far this month, I've lost about 5 pounds. So I am doing pretty well. I mean, we're halfway through the month and I'm not quite to 5 pounds lost. I don't need to lose, I need to lose just over 9 pounds. So I feel like I am doing well overall. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all in having that weight gain. It's fine to have these fluctuations. And honestly, I was a lot heavier than that 2 days ago. Hey, Carrie, how's it going? I hope everything's going great at home today. I know she's going to be running around doing some things. So, um, we did have a little bit over a 2 or almost a 3 pound gain, a 2.6 pound gain this week, but we are still on track to lose the 10 pounds that I need to lose in January. And I think that I will be able to do that. I'm hoping to push and have a great weigh in this next week. I did end up I I didn't exactly water fast, but I pretty much fasted um since the pizza that we had for our anniversary. So Monday night was kind of the last time I had what you would consider a like real full meal. Last night we had um I ended up just having like probably 6 to 8 ounces of cherry juice. I'll probably have that again tonight. And then I had one like orange, like a tangerine, or it's fairly large. It wasn't like a full size orange, but it was big for like a mandarin orange, I guess. So since Monday, I've really had very few calories, 100, maybe 200 calories. Since then, it's all been juice, really. I mean, the orange is mostly juice, and then the cherry juice was all juice. So, I'm actually going to continue to fast here, at least through the evening tonight. I really feel like there's something that hasn't. It was a mandarin orange, Carrie's saying. It's been like 2 weeks, I would say, and it's almost really been like since I had that big 5 pound loss that I haven't really felt like I've been processing things the way I had been for the previous year. I feel like I'm not like backed up because I don't have like I'm still going to the bathroom, but it just doesn't seem like as much is coming out as I'm putting in. And so one of the things I am hoping to do with kind of this little fast I'm doing is to reset things. But I'm also going to kind of come back into eating, and I'm going to eliminate the waters I've been drinking. I have been drinking like the carbonated, natural flavored waters. And after reading the fiber fueled book, and then I did a little bit of looking into things today. I don't know that I'm sure there's more out there than what I found, but just that like those natural flavors are still coming from somewhere. They're, uh, some of the articles I looked up, I don't know if I wrote down. Um, yeah, I mean, they're just made up from like these very complex kind of processes, and to make one like single natural flavor, they they say that flavor that can be comprised of like 50 different ingredients. And um and so I'm going to cut those out of my diet again because I feel like maybe they're doing something. I've and really it's one of the few things that I would say that there's any processing to in what I eat, uh other than like the nut butter that I've been eating. I'm also gonna kind of limit the nut butter and the avocados. We'll see how well that goes. Um, but I'm definitely gonna get rid of those waters. I'm feeling like they're kind of uh slowing down my progress a little bit, kind of adding that sweetness, making me crave sweetness too, I think. And they also cost money, they're not exactly cheap, and they're not near as cheap as just drinking regular water. So that's going to be one of my plans with this kind of reset, is to stop drinking those. And really, I don't feel hungry at all right now. I mean, like I said, I had some calories, but I don't think that they would really be any, you wouldn't consider them uh substantial amount of calories that I've had since Monday, and I am not feeling hungry at this point. I could get home tonight and I could change my mind and start eating a bunch of mangoes or something, but right now I feel really um I still feel like I have a full stomach. Like I talked a little bit yesterday about the bloated kind of feeling, and that um I never really understood what feeling bloated really was before, but I think that it was because I was always bloated. And now that I've not had that kind of um, feeling for a long time, it's not, I don't know. I don't feel uncomfortable from it, but it's just not, I feel like I should be hungrier than I am, I guess, is kind of weird too. Um, But I also say that as somebody who fasted for 40 days. So uh, I can generally go a little bit of time without eating and survive. So let's see. Food. The uh the book, The Truth About Nutrition. It is definitely climbing the charts for my kind of must read books. I continue to just, the information that they are providing is just more reinforcing of all of the things I feel like I've been saying for the past 10 months at least. Just um the there's something obviously wrong with what we've been taught or what we've been told, because things are just getting worse and worse. Like, they're not getting better. Like, the if you went back in time and talked to the people in the 1900s, about the things they wish were solved, and you look at some of the things, we did solve some huge issues and some major diseases and illnesses over the past 130 years. But there are some things like breast cancer that 100 years, or even maybe it's only the last 50 years of technology, hasn't really provided them with a better percentage of people that survive. Like, the people 100 years ago, I I would imagine expected us to have this figured out by now. That it was a problem of their time, but in 100 years, this won't be a problem anymore. And that's the way we feel about a lot of these things in this current time. That, fast forward to 21, 22, is cancer going to exist? Like, I would like to think that it doesn't. It doesn't exist. Heart disease, does it exist? Is it still killing? Is it still the leading killer of the population? Carrie says she feels more in tune with her body. She realizes when things aren't feeling quite right, and try to troubleshoot uh, my diet. I realize when things aren't feeling quite right and I try and troubleshoot my diet to get back to normal. Definitely feel more in tune with my body. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of right. Like before, um, you wouldn't consider it being something that you ate that caused your joint pain. Like the fact that I don't have any knee pain like I used to is, I mean, probably heavily attributed to not having the body weight on them anymore. Um, but yeah, and other things like having headaches or being chronically fatigued, things like that, you try to blame the other things, like I blamed when I was younger in 2007, my chronic fatigue, I was blaming on uh working and being, working so much and going out and partying and not sleeping enough during the night. And it was sleep apnea that I had because I was overweight. And, to solve that, they gave me a machine that kept me alive at night. So I didn't have to worry about dying anymore when I went to sleep, but it didn't fix the problem. I never um was seriously told to lose weight. I mean, uh Carrie says we had pizza 2 days ago and she's still struggling. Yes. With gas. She said she's got gas now from the pizza from 2 days ago. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I've talked about going and getting that sleep study done. And finding out I had sleep apnea, and it really did change my life. I mean, it was probably the one of the single most important things I ever did was finding that out. Just because, not just because it it saved my life, but it opened me, it created a future for me. I was able to, that's when I met Carrie and kind of started this whole thing, was when that happened. But they never I never really even had a follow-up with my doctor after. It was such a weird thing, and I was a kid too, like 25, 26 years old. So I think that there was a little bit of, maybe I missed an appointment. I don't know that I did though. Like I really feel like um my doctor really didn't know anything about it. Like even if he would have or if we would have had an appointment, what would he have said? Other than he might have recommended I lose weight, but a lot of times I think doctors don't. So a couple things that I'm just thinking about from this book, or one of the books I read recently, but um, doctors don't think that it would really be worth their time because nobody takes their nutrition advice. Um, but I think also there's a weird thing where doctors can't charge your insurance for the time that they spend giving you nutritional advice. So if your doctor wanted to give you nutritional advice, they'd have to give you not just surface level advice, like to just say cut out red meat. Those are kind of blanket statements. But if you really wanted your patients to get healthy because of what they're eating, then you need to sit down and have a conversation. I couldn't tell somebody how to eat a plant-based diet in moments. And it's easy to say, hey, go check out this book, The China Study, go look at Whole, go look at The Future of Nutrition, check out The Pleasure Trap, look at, How Not to Die, check out these books. You can say that, but you're not, once they walk out the door, they forgot the names of the books. They're not good. They have to do it on their own. If in the office, the doctor could sit down and say, hey, we're going to spend the next half hour just talking about nutrition and what you need to do and what you need to be putting in your body for the next 10, 20 days uh, to start this. They, if they were getting compensated for that, they would do it, but they don't get compensated for that. They can't bill insurance for nutrition advice. They can bill the insurance for the time that it takes somebody to teach you how to use the equipment, and they can probably bill insurance for, the time it takes to prescribe the drugs, but they can't bill them for the time it takes to give them nutritional advice. And it's a broke system. Really, it is. Um, and I feel like I was gonna say something and come back to something, and I totally lost the track of the train of thought I had with that. But the book itself is um been a great resource for information. I'm um still a ways from finishing it. I'm probably, still only a third or a little over that into the book. Uh, but I'm a big fan of it. I keep kind of uh, getting in my head and daydreaming for 10, 15 seconds and having to hit the rewind because I want to hear every word of this book. That's how much I like it. So if you guys are looking for something to read, I would recommend checking out The Future of Nutrition by Colin Campbell. It really has been a great book, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with it. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for me today. I had a couple longer streams this week with the carry on, and the one yesterday was actually about 40 minutes. So I think I've taken up enough of your time this week for somebody who gained 2.6 pounds. I should be so ashamed of myself, but I'm not. I'm very happy that I'm lost 5 pounds this month so far. I'm going to push this fast a little bit. I was just watching another interview with, my Lord and Savior, Dr. Alan Goldhammer, I suppose. But and they were talking about the fasting that they do at the True North Clinic, and the most recent studies they were able to do. They had a DEXA scan, which is a machine that measures lots of shit when it comes down to uh not very PG, I guess there, but it measures a lot of things, and they were able to have people get on the DEXA scanner, do the fast. I don't know if they did the scanning during the fast and then after the fast, and I believe like even after like the refeeding, because the big thing that they were toting or that they kind of talk about is that when they do that study, they find that, you know, the weight you lose, you obviously are going to lose some water out of your body, and then you're going to lose the fiber, or you're going to lose the contents of your stomach itself, and there's some other things that are going to kind of go away. um but you're also going to burn fat, and they found that after the refeeding period and they did the scan again, there is some weight gain, but there isn't fat gain. And so I'm hoping to get some fat off and keep it off. So we'll see. And I'm feeling good still. So that's kind of going to be the determining factor of when I decide to break this fast. But or kind of fast. I'm going to call it a juice fast. How's that? Cuz I am going to still probably have cherry juice and that kind of stuff. So gonna get out of here, guys. Thanks for checking out my broadcast. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel, click on the bell icon, do all that stuff. Also, there is a Discord that you can join. The Discord link is down in the description below. That's a great place for you guys to come on and share your information with me. Let me know how it's going. Check in and just kind of see kind of how other people are doing too, that are trying to kind of all lose weight here, kind of try to start a little bit of a community. Also, there is a link down below for Carrie's Pinterest board, and That is really just a place that it has all of our not all of them, but it has a lot of our meals that we've been doing since we started this. So if you're looking for ideas, trying to switch over to a whole food plant-based diet, that is a great spot to check out kind of things that we found that we like. We don't do all of those recipes 100% the way the recipe is laid out there, but it gives a good base, with a whole food plant-based diet. Uh Everybody's going to have a little bit of a taste preference difference. So you might want something spicier or you want something sweeter, so you can change those ingredients to your liking. Um, but yeah, those are those things. So, guys, I will be back on tomorrow. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing that you have coming up that is more important than getting your weight and health under control, or at least start taking control of it. um there's nobody that ever gets to their goal and looks back and says, "Man, I'm so happy I waited that extra weekend or those extra couple days." Every single person says, "I wish I would have started sooner." I am in that boat too. I absolutely wish I would have started this. I would have known about this years ago. I'm happy that I did get started when I did, and I'm going to keep going at it. The other thing is, guys, you have to commit and just go all in and just 100% just jump in. Don't you can play around with trying to eat some things or trying to kind of test the waters, but when you're ready to lose weight, you have to go all in. You have to commit to your plan and you stick to it and have that laser focus for as long as you can, um, because it's going to get you real far, and then it kind of starts to get hazy after a few months, but you got to go all in. So I will see you guys tomorrow. You all have a great afternoon.